The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Hey, thanks for supporting our channel by watching and listening.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Yeah. NY born, NY built.
What is up, yo?
Vanilla
Happy
Gorilla,
Sunday,
Big Dog.
Another Sunday
Untouchables.
with
Let's
your
go.
favorite
Step in the
hostess
ring like kings
with
of the block.
most.
Gorilla grip, Big Dog, never stop. Iron in the veins, no gimmicks, no props. This is hard work, black top and body slops. Ain't no flash, just fists and fake. We run through ropes like we run through
It
gates.
can't be. This is crazy.
Bond ain't fake. You hear that roar? That's the
And if
Empire
nobody at
shake.
home knows who
We
this
the
guy is, this is the Big Dog man. He did get a tip from the Brooklyn Prodigies earlier on that they had travel issues, but not due to them being scared or anything like that. But oh my gosh, the Vanilla Gorilla and the Big Dog and the Untouchables just inserted themselves into this tag team.
elbows harder than a steel trash can. One shot, knock them flat on sight. Two beats bred for the spotlight fight. They can talk tough, bark loud all night, but in the ring, we bite and we bite right. We are untouchables, NY bred. Two fists swinging, leave legends dead. Joey bring the rage, Dave bring the brain. Together we storm like a runaway train. Untouchable, New York style. We don't tap, we make them snap. We don't tap, we make them snap.
On a Sunday to hang out with. By the way, happy Super Bowl Sunday. Make sure you go watch that tonight. That'll be a good game. Place your bets, get your bets in. Not that we're condoning that, but you know, everybody wants to get their bets in, get their bets in. I mean, you know, hey, I'm just saying. So listen, as you guys see this week, we are going to be live with the owner of Roberto James Cigars. He can come on at 12. It doesn't matter.
What is up? What is up, everybody? It is us.
So this is what we're going to be smoking. We're both smoking the San Andreas wrapper. Now, not only like I showed you guys once before, you got this nice box it came in, and then you got a bunch. He sent us a few different variations of his patches.
Oh, there's a biatch out here.
So you got the regular Roberto James. You got the black and red version. And then you have the white and red version.
And then can I have a lighter, please? We'll be here in like 5 minutes.
Now, again, now that Instagram is allowing us to post, we had a little bit of an issue with that. I took care of that. Our giveaway post will be going live today or tomorrow. I'm going to run it for a week. So next week, stay tuned because you're going to have to tune into the show to watch it with our show, also with El Gato Negro Cigars. Our man Drew over there. He'll be on the show with us. And it works out because not only does he own his own cigar brand, but he's a wrestling fan as well.
Who's that?
El Gato Negro. So this is kind of his perfect pairing of a podcast to do. We're looking forward to having him on. I've heard great things about his cigars. If you guys want to go get yours, we're not affiliated with them, but they're the only ones that carry them.
Ooh.
Smoking Cigars, go get yours. El
Yeah.
Gato Negro, we're not affiliated with them, but that's the only online store that carries them right now, as far as I know.
And those are the Dominican cigars?
No, those are the El Gato Negros.
Oh, those are other cigars.
Yeah. So they're the only online retailer I believe that carries those cigars. So you have to get yours there. Go on smokein.com and search smokeIncigars.com or smokein.com, search up El Gato Negro, and it should pop up. That's what we'll be smoking next week. So he'll be on with us. We'll be talking all things wrestling, cigars, everything about him. We'll be doing our giveaway next week. So you guys can tune into the YouTube channel for that. I believe we're going to do that on Sunday. And then we'll do it live on the show so everybody can tune in and watch that with us as we do it. It's going to be our first one, so you're going to have to bear with us here. It's going to be the first one I'm doing. I haven't done it before. So you guys kind of have to bear with me. Also, tomorrow, we are sitting down with Dominion Cigars. I want to say it's Domain. We'll be sitting down with him as well, with the owner, Daniel. So we'll be sitting down with him, learning all about him and his brand. He sent us 6-pack of cigars.
Actually, I smoked one yesterday. It was really good.
Yeah, I got a couple I'm going to smoke, but they're actually, the brand is very intriguing when you listen to it. Like, and you read on his Instagram and listen to him talk about it. It's kind of cool and interesting to find out all about the brand.
Right.
But, for him to want to sit down with us, that's awesome. We are also in talks with, actually, I got to hit him up because he actually friended me on Facebook, one of the guys that works for the wrestling company in Colorado.
Okay.
So I'm going to see if we can get him on the show.
Okay.
If the owner's willing to come on, maybe have him on the show. But I know he's not a very camera-y person.
Okay.
What is that called? An introvert, I guess it's called.
Sure.
He's not a big interview person. But again, we'll have some, now that I'm in with these guys, I'm going to try to have connections to have some of their guys on the show as wrestlers, bring in more people. Listen, it's a work in progress, but we've definitely booked a lot of cigar guests this year. So now I got to book some wrestlers as well. But now, again, like I said, at the end of every month, we do our show with BPW out of Colorado. So I'm going to try to get some of those guys on the show as well. Listen, we got a lot coming up. I'll tell you right now, actually, some upcoming guests for the show because you guys should know. So we have Tribal Trilogy cigars, which I got to hit him up, make sure he sent those out. Then March 1st, we have United. He's coming on the end of the month. Then March 1st, we have United Cigars. We're also supposed to sit down with Tony Barrios as well.
Okay.
I guess we're just waiting on his package. Hayes Gray Cigars will be on the 15th. March 8th is booked as well. I gotta find out who that was because I got so many people that emailed me back one after another. So
lady hit us up too.
I already answered her.
Okay.
Took care of that already.
So we're
We also have GTO coming on too as well.
Yeah, did you get that message?
I already answered him back too.
Oh man, I tried to do that yesterday.
I already took care of it.
You're welcome.
So we're sitting down. He hit us.
No, he hit me up.
No.
He hit me up and said, "Let's do it, Dave." And I said, "Okay." Here's the email.
That came directly from the email. So we're sitting down with Dominion Cigars tomorrow night. I don't think we have anybody else scheduled yet besides as far as sit down interviews, except for them and Stallone. I got to hit him up, see if he sent out that package. I got to hit up Tribal Trilogy as well. Trying to get Lore back on the podcast because he's coming out with a new cigar with Barucci cigars or Valkyrie cigars, something like that. But yeah, so I'm going to get some wrestlers on. Like I told you guys, I'm working on that. It was a work in progress. It's coming. It's all working. Don't worry. Don't be nervous. I'm working on it.
Chamali's coming on.
What?
Chamali's coming on the 18th.
No, not yet. I'm waiting on confirmation.
We can schedule for the
I already answered him. I'm waiting on confirmation. I'm way ahead of you already. Because I'm the one that reached out to him.
And this was yesterday.
Yeah, and if you go down, I emailed him back. Yeah, I already took care of it already.
Okay.
I'm on top of everything.
My man.
I'm already on top of everything. Don't worry about it. So that is that. Our guest is coming on. He's running a little behind today, but that's okay. Like I said, yeah, there's people coming on left and right, hitting us up. We're trying to book dates out. Again, it's
We even got places that want us, like up in Albany.
There's a lot going on that we have going on, and people want us everywhere, and they want to come on the show, and trying to book everybody is not as easy as it seems. So, but like I said, we have Roberto James coming on this week. He also sent us these beautiful porcelain ashtrays, single finger ashtrays with a felt on the bottom, so it ain't gonna move on you. You want to take it to travel, take it wherever you want to go. Do what you want to do. You know, you can never have too many single finger ashtrays. I've smoked a couple of his cigars. I'm looking forward to trying them because they are really good. So I've smoked the Corojo. Let's see, what did I smoke? I smoked the Corojo, and I think that was it. That was the only one I smoked from him. I didn't.
Oh, I must have smoked the other two then.
Yeah, you did. Actually, that'll be 3 you smoked out of the 5.
I only smoked 2.
Right, and that's the 3rd. So that'll be 3 out of the 5 you smoked.
I mean, you can have it.
I have the same one right here.
Okay.
And not only that, we got, besides Dominion cigar mail call we got yesterday, or the other day, I got my my Boofy buns from Sir Louis, which if there's any left, again this week, I'll probably buy a couple, because why not? So yeah. So on that note, guys, let's take a quick commercial break, and then we'll be right back with our guest.
Is he here?
Love what you got, why you got it good. Always just a little misunderstood, but I never tried to change you, even when you're drunk all day. Every time you break, oh, it breaks my heart. Watching you drown yourself and fall apart. You're killing yourself, and it's killing me to have to say. Though it hurts so much, 'cause I love you. You were my best friend. You were my muse. The story with a good end. My rhythm blues. You were my soulmate. A damaged man. And I paid for it. As much as I think I can. And I thought in the end you would miss me. But I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. I've heard it only hurts 'cause you love so deep. Letting you go after all the cheap shots you take of me and Jameson. Your daddy don't help, no, he feeds you lies, and you're wondering why you can't sleep at night in the bed I made. Oh, I thought you were the one, 'cause you were my best friend. You were my muse. The story with a good end. My rhythm blues. You were my soulmate. A damaged man. And I paid for it. story with a good end. My rhythm and blues. You were my soulmate, a damaged man, and I paid for it as much as I think I can. And I thought in the end you would miss me. You and I would be never ending. But I guess I wasn't stronger than the whiskey. Oh, not stronger than whiskey.
What is up? What is up? This is your favorite podcast, Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod. I am the big dog. That is the Vanilla Gorilla, and we are Turnbuckles and Stogies Pod. Today, we have a very special guest. Again, let's do it.
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
The interview of the week, Roberto James, cigars, CEO and founder, Mr. James himself. What is up, my brother?
What's up, man? How are you, sir? So
I'm
it's
all
kind
right.
of
How are you?
I'm well. So it's Roberto James Cigars. It's actually my first and middle names. So what you want? Where you want to start? Most
It's all
people call.
about you, bro. It's not about us. You tell us where you want to start. How about that?
That's what's up. Let's see. I'll tell you. I'll give you the story of how it all started. So I live in Charlotte, North Carolina, originally from Chicago. Go Bears. I had to throw that out there. Sorry about that. I live in Charlotte, so I was looking in Charlotte for a place to open up a cigar lounge, something authentic, not just a club and loud music and all that, but looking for a place to open up. Right, it was just difficult. I was struggling trying to find the right spot, so I kind of decided not to. I kind of not to, but I would put it on the back seat, and just let some things happen organically. So I was bugged by my wife to go on this cruise. She was just like, let's go on this cruise. And I don't do cruises at all. But she was adamant about going. So I said, okay, anyway. So we went. Turned out, got on a big ass boat, having a good time. So early in the cruise was getting away off the dock, and I was sitting by the pool under the balcony, and I start feeling the ashes on me coming from the balcony above. So I look up, and at this point, if you ever been on a cruise,
Yep.
drinking, I'm feeling real nice and feeling real good about myself. So I'm smiling and say, "Hey, buddy, my man." So he looks down and he runs. He said, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Runs down, handful of cigars. You smoke cigars? Yeah, I smoke cigars. And he goes, "Well, I have a bunch of cigars. Come smoke cigars with me." I said, "All right, I smoke cigars." Again, I'm so sorry. So couple hours into the conversation, we're having a great time smoking cigars, feeling real good. I'm into IT. I've been in IT for 30 years. He's in IT, and we got to talking that way. Then all of a sudden he goes, "Well, me and my family, we have 200. We have a bunch of acres, a couple hundred acres out in Dominican Republic, and we manufacture, roll our own cigars, and import them into the United States." I said, "Really?" So, and as I understood it, they were a family company, and they were supplying tobacco to some of the larger big box brands. And I was like, "Wow, okay." Anyway, so my entrepreneurship just started dinging, and I said, "So what would it take for me to put my label on your cigars?" It was like, "That'd be awesome." Right. So Long story short of it, get back, call them up. They're down in Charlotte. They're down in Charlotte a couple days later. We're chopping up. We're at this place. This is place kind of reminds me of Cheers. It's called Burners, right? They don't sell liquor. It's a traditional. They have a big humidor, got some of everything in the humidor, but it's like being at home. Everyone there, you don't know, you kind of don't know who or what. You just feel like they're all family, right? Like going to a family reunion, don't know anybody, and everybody's in love with you. But it's one of the coolest spots I think in Charlotte, just because of that. At any rate, they brought cigars. They brought a couple bottles. We're drinking whiskey, smoke cigars. I chose a few, and ever since then we've been intertwined in that conversation. So I say that to say my cigars are a direct, not a middleman. I don't go through any bigger box brands. I go directly from grower manufacturer in Dominican Republic. So all of my cigars are grown, manufactured, rolled, um, imported in. Not only that, my labels, boxes, everything is homegrown out of Dominican Republic and imported in the United States. Today
Wow.
I have 5 blends today. I started out with 3, but I have 5 blends. I have a Rosado, and a San Andreas. I'm sorry. I have a Corojo and a San Andreas. Those are my 2 of my fulls. I have a Habano, which is medium to mild, medium to full. Then I have a Rosado, which is very mild, and then I also have a La Davina Pastora, right, which is kind of interesting. That Davina Pastora is an interesting cigar because it is and I hate what I'm getting ready to say because it's in the cigar world, it's kind of not a good thing, but it's the remnants of all this, right? So, it's probably one of my cheaper, but it is the remnants of all of them, right? So you get a blend that is uh unprecedented, and it turns out to be a very good cigar. Like you get some boldness, you get some mildness. Wake up in the morning, grab a cup of coffee. Wake up in the morning, take a shot. Doesn't even matter. It's a very good cigar. Um, I got a special one coming out soon in the next few months. It's gonna be a box press of the San Andreas.
Okay. That's what we're smoking now. Actually, is the San Andreas blend. I smoked the Corojo blend. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, Now, I like to ask this: what made you choose the wrappers you did? Because Corojo and like a Criollo and stuff like that is stuff that isn't used by a lot of companies anymore. So, what
Right.
made you kind of
So
pick that wrapper?
what happened was when they brought in a bunch of cigars, right, for us to really try and taste and get a good feeling of what that cigar is really. And it's probably about 20 of us. And believe it or not, that Corojo and the Corojo and the Habano were the top 2 cigars, which was interesting. Just like from the same reason you're saying, people love them. So I'm kind of go with the thoughts of premium cigar for everyday price. So there's a lot of cigars out there that are very, very great cigars. They have great history. They have great taste. They have, for a lot of different reasons, they are some of your best cigars out there.
Right.
I- My cigar is on being a very similar smoke, but at a everyday price. Something you take out on a golf course, wake up in the morning, and you don't feel bad if you don't finish it. Because if I buy a 20, 30, and if I don't finish it, like physically.
No, you're absolutely. And like I said, when we started smoking this, somebody asked us about them. That seen us smoking them, and I said, the draw is everything you could look for. I said the draw
Mhm.
is effortless. There's not really a whole lot of, you're not sucking on a tight draw to try to pull the smoke out.
Right.
And
It's
it's just
very
it's got, yeah, it's got the
to
aromas
eat.
and everything that you could
Yeah.
look for in like a Corojo or a San Andreas, like those those woody, that little bit of a woody note, some sort of like a cocoa or an espresso bean,
Yeah,
like
I was just
just through the aromas off the smoke.
yeah, yeah. It's a pleasing smoke. A lot of times you smoke a cigar, and the cigar might be good, but you just don't like what comes after.
Right.
Yeah. Another and I'm not as expert as I would like to be, but I've noticed when I smoke a lot of full cigars that they linger. They linger on my palate. And not in
Yeah.
a my cigars don't tend to do that. And I suspect it's because they don't sit long. They sit in Dominican, they get to United States, they sit in the humidor, and I have them. So my guess is they're not sitting long after they've been cured and manufactured and all that good stuff.
Right. Now, how did you come up with the designs for like your band and your patches and stuff like that? How did you come up with those designs?
So, like, let me see. So this patch here, I think I sent you guys one. So this,
Yeah. So you got
yeah,
the
yeah,
white one, and then you got that
the
exact
black one. Yeah.
black one. Yup.
So that logo itself, I kind of toyed with some things, and then I got with a guy who did logos, right? And I kind of told him what I wanted, and he gave me a few versions of it, and I didn't like it. So then I took what he had, being in IT, I took what he gave me, and I kind of altered it a little bit, altered some to my liking, what I wanted. I wanted to see the smoke out the cigar. I wanted the hand to be big, you know. So that took, and it probably took maybe a month before I nailed it down. And then there are some ancillary designs that I have too that you'll see a sweatshirt or a t-shirt with just Roberto James cigar and an arc. Yeah, that's one of the new ones, newer patches. That's pretty cool too. Um, Matter of fact, and I'll be pretty transparent. That one was really created through the process of with AI, Chat GTP.
I mean, you know what though? It's not, that's used for a lot of things now. A lot of companies are starting to use that to create logos and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So
Absolutely.
it's not unheard of. I mean, it's a tool that's out there that a lot of people are starting to use.
And not to veer off the subject, but like people shouldn't be as afraid of AI because it doesn't replace, it enhances like things that'll like,
Right.
especially, for yours, things that will take you months to complete, like let's say a business plan. It take you months to complete on your own. And if you didn't know how to do it, you'll have to do research to how to get it done. And now
Right.
it can take you to get to your first draft. It'll take you 10 minutes, and
So
I in the
no, go
whole
ahead.
entrepreneurship, time is money.
Right.
So now, how many shops are you in, and what is the average cost of one of your cigars?
So great question. So you believe it or not, I've been at this for about maybe 14 months, right? So my first 12, I was really, really pressing out, not getting into any shops, not getting to any stores. Because if I did that, my cigar would sit on the shelf and just sit because no one knew what it was. So I did a lot. I did a lot of pushing marketing in reference to events, social media. I did tons of large gatherings, large events between Atlanta, Charlotte, Columbus, Florida. So with and those marketing opportunities and those events, it's getting putting me in a space of now people know what that cigar is. So I'm going back to those cities, and now the whole push now is to get my cigars into the lounges, not necessarily the stores, but the lounges where people actually sit and smoke. Um, Average cost is it between $10 and $15.
That's
Um,
not bad.
they're running right now. I'm running about $12 online.
Okay. So how can somebody like myself or Joey order from you? Does it have to be from you? Can they order from a store? What how does it work?
Right, you can hit you can hit my website. Like if you don't know me personally, you're not in the Charlotte area, or matter of fact, I take phone calls. Let people, if you know me, call me and I send them out to you. So right now, they're all on my website, RobertoJamesCigars.com.
And now they're all up there. The all your lines are up there.
Yes, sir. Yes, they are.
Perfect.
I'll have a 5-pack, a 10-pack. What else is up there? Direct ships.
I was going to say you sell boxes or bundles. Do you have boxes?
Yeah. Yes, I do.
So now the boxes look similar to something like this, I would assume, right?
So though, is that the 10 or the 5?
The 5-pack.
So that's the 5. Yeah, the 5-pack and the 10-pack looks like that. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna show you my new I have a 20-pack box as well.
Okay.
Bundles, or you can actually get the box. I haven't put the box out. I will shortly. Hold on a sec.
Okay. All right. Yeah, good. I'm just listening and letting them go.
No, I'm still here. So what's pretty neat is this is another project of Dominican Republic.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
That's very nice.
It is.
I like that.
So this is what I'll be sending out to the lounges and stores.
Now, do you have any lounges and stores looking for those?
I have some locally in Charlotte that are. So they've been waiting for me to produce that box, and now I have it. So I'll start putting them in the lounges here in Charlotte. There's a place called Sticks and Beans. That was a pretty cool spot. I know they're pretty much were waiting. I've been talking with a few others as well. Taylor, I've been actually talking to Taylor Smokes as well. That's another staple around Charlotte.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? It's hard to get boutiques in shops.
It is.
You kind of have to find those shops that specialize in boutiques, or even if it's a normal shop that are willing to promote new cigars that they get in.
Right.
Because truthfully, doing podcasts and you going to the shop can only go so far.
Absolutely.
If your shop isn't backing you and helping you, then it's like you said, they're just going to sit there.
Yep.
Because they're not promoting the new product. They're not guiding people to the new product. They're not saying, hey, here's this new cigar out put out by somebody local who is he's been around a year, whatever, how long, and here's his cigars. We're running even if they run a sale, a 5-pack, you buy 2, get 1 free, whatever, just to get people's hands on it. Because I've seen shops do that with new stuff.
Yeah.
Especially smaller brands, they'll run a sale where they get 1 of each one, and it's a 5-pack, for $45, $50, depending on the state, obviously. But it's little stuff like that just kind of put your cigars, into the hands of more consumers because the shop is backing it.
Right.
And then the worst part is when they sit there and then they run the discount sales to get them off the shelf, people start liking them, and now they have no more in that store.
So now tell us about the cigar that we're smoking. We are smoking the
San Andreas
one.
All right. So our San Andreas. So from the history of San Andreas, there's normally a Mexican leaf and things like that. But our San Andreas is a Dominican leaf, right? So you get a very full nuttiness, cocoa, a little bit of spice, and the Dominican San Andreas wrapper is a little bit sweeter, right? It pairs well with just about anything. It is a very, very versatile cigar. It's like I was saying earlier, it's a full cigar, but it's not heavy, right?
Right.
So you can drink it. You can pair it. You can pair it with a nice cup of coffee. You can pair it with a great, well blended bourbon as well. I've done it all. I've done it every way. Matter of fact, what I really like to do though, so and this throws out another situation of women. Women have been getting into smoking cigars too, right? But they always say, "Oh, you have anything sweet?" And I'm kind of a traditionalist, and not a snob, but you kind of throw off a cigar when the essence of a cigar when you start adding sweet, that didn't come from
Yeah, if not done right, absolutely.
So what I tell them, I say, try this San Andreas. It's a fuller cigar. I know what you're thinking, but take this piece of chocolate, eat this chocolate with your smoke. It'll change your life.
Yep.
And that is the chocolate with that San Andreas is along with the rosado is awesome.
Now, let me ask you this because I was curious. I know you said that you have this blend and your Corojo blend are fuller body cigars.
Mhm.
Did you blend all of those cigars, or was that like you said, they brought over a bunch, or how did that go? Are they the same blend, different blends?
That's a great question. So what I did was those cigars were already blended.
Okay.
So they were already blended, and being that they were, such a new family business, I said, let's not reinvent the wheel right now. Let's go ahead and take what you have. Let me choose from what I like and what the people around me like, and the customers and people that I know smoke. And I'm gonna take your three best. And now I have five. And that last Davina Pastora, that was a special cigar, which is named
Right.
after my mother was Catholic, grandmother's Catholic, and she called my mom Pastora. So I kind of have that Catholic little bit of knowledge, like a divine shepherdess, and she's called my mom Pastora, so I call that cigar Divina Pastora.
That's actually no, that's interesting that you like their blends and everybody with you like their blends, that you didn't reinvent the wheel because it's not so much that because you get a lot of I call them the white label projects that a lot of people, I'm sure everybody's heard of them, where you go into a factory and you're buying their product and putting your label on it, where you actually took the time to sit with these people, and say, hey, let's smoke what you have.
Yep.
Because I know, I shouldn't say I know, but I would assume your intention was maybe possibly blending your own cigars.
Yes. So I got two intentions, but I'll let you finish. Yes.
And then you can't, they sat down with all of these and it was kind of like, well, like you said, why reinvent the wheel if this is kind of what I'm already looking for?
Yep.
And
So
that's where you took the time to smoke everything and kind of figure out this doesn't need to be changed because this is exactly what I want. Or maybe down the line you tweak it and make the San Andreas a little more fuller than the next one. But
right.
like you said, for right now, it's exactly what you want. It's what you're looking for. So why are you going to reinvent the wheel?
Right.
Correct.
Absolutely. And the intent, down the road is to get down to Dominican again and create my own blend.
Right.
And that's a fine and that would be a special edition cigar, right? So that's how you start to differentiate yourself and differentiate the cigars.
Yep.
The second is to open up my own cigar line, and again, traditional cigar lounges that are part of the community, where everyone knows everyone, and if you
Right.
don't know, you feel that way. That and not a lot of loud music, but just community space where you can go have a smoke. Excuse my language. Sometimes you want to get away from the house, the wife, the
Mm-hmm.
kid, have a safe space to go do that. That's close to home.
So is that why you're not smoking because you're in the house?
Yes, absolutely.
No, and it's funny you say that because we had started making our own cigars as well, and then we put it on hold, and then this kind of came about, and we started doing the podcast, and people are like, "Oh, you guys gonna put your own cigar?" I'm like, "Listen, in due time, the cigars will come out." I was like, they're like, "Well, do you want to?" I said, "Listen, like you, the plan is eventually to not only have my own brand, but eventually have my own cigar lounge, and have a like you said, a place where everybody can go to hang out, but also, you kind of build yourself a mini empire.
Yeah.
Because you have the brand, you have the lounge, you can promote your own brand in the lounge, and then you start making the exclusives that
Yes.
are only found at your lounge that you can't get anywhere else.
That's right.
It might be you might take the San Andreas and turn it into a 7x54 Perfecto. And now that's where you can only get it is your spot.
Yeah. Yep.
And then that makes people want to come there because now they know they not only can they get your regular stuff, but there are a lot of people who come for those exclusives for your lounge.
Mm-hmm. And that's the whole point. Of like Chad, I'm soon we should be having a San Andreas box press, and that's going to be exclusive. You're not going to be able to just get that anywhere.
Right.
Second piece of that is not only like now, I'm not only selling cigars online, but I also cater events. And so, for instance, let me think of something that's. So I know I was in Columbus. So someone knew someone. There's a football player. His name is I can't remember his name. He plays for Ravens, linebacker. Anyway, he's from Charlotte. So his middle school coach, I'm very good friends with. And then he's good friends with football players, trainer. That trainer is friends with people out of Columbus who puts on this jazz, cigar, bourbon event every year.
Interesting.
Guy. Last year they had a guy who was rolling. I think the event is called Fire and Ice. They did they end up experience was okay. Obviously, so someone one way or another, friend told a friend of a friend, found out who found me, and then I did their event, and I think they bought over 1,500 cigars, not 15, 150 cigars.
Wow.
Sold about 150 cigars in a couple hour span down there, and those the kind of they were really good people. Put me up in a hotel. I just had to get there.
And see that's nice when you get events like that bring you in to sell your stuff, but then they also put you up, and I'm sure they didn't put you up in a crappy hotel either.
No, not at all. Really good people.
That's the thing is if you can go to even if you get more events like that where they're going to put you up, they're going to let you sell your stuff, and all you got to do is get there. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, not at all.
Because sometimes getting there and back is cheaper than getting there, booking the room, and getting everything where they're doing it all for you.
I use frequent flyer miles.
There you go.
On that note, guys, we will be back. We got to take a 10-minute break, and we'll be back with Mr.
Won't
Roberto
be 10 minutes,
James.
but it'll be a longer break.
You're just as scared as I am of this, but we both know love is always a risk. And when the storm clouds come, most will run away. But between you and I, all I have to say is, baby, we belong together, you and I. Even through the worst weather, the sun will always rise. And through the darkest nights, we will be just fine. And we'll be left with lavender sky, lavender sky. We've both been hurt like hell before, but we both know sometimes
we're back.
And we are back. And I am the big dog. That is the Vanilla Gorilla. And we are with Roberto James Cigars. What's up, Mr. Roberto?
What's happening, man?
This
Eat
is
something.
fun. I'm having a blast learning about the brand because it's, I was just telling my dad on the break. I'm like, for somebody who's only been around the cigar game and making his own blends for
14 months.
14 months, like you said, I said you know an awful lot, which is good because the more you know, the better off you're going to be when it comes time to, like you said, make those new cigars, go to open a lounge and do all this other stuff. And having that knowledge and knowing what's going to be what is going to make it a lot easier for you in the long run.
So are you going to go to like PCA and all of that this year?
Yes. That's the plan. The plan is hit PCA, get down to New Orleans, hit Tampa, probably Houston. Some of those, a lot of those different cigar events. It's just kind of not necessarily then, but kind of get into space.
Okay.
And connections makes them, communicate and get a chance to talk to some people that can help build my knowledge base. People and this thing with cigars is a really good metaphor for life. It's nothing happens fast, right? And the making of a cigar, and from the growing process to the manufacturing process to the rolling process to the storing in the humidor, it doesn't happen fast, right? You have to take your time, you have to pay attention, you have to be, and you gotta screw some things up. A couple batches might not go right, and that's just a good metaphor of life and getting in business. Take it nice, slow, and easy. Learn as much as you can. Have fun in the process.
Right.
Try to help as many people as you can along the way.
So now let me ask you this, because this is kind of something I don't see very often. And I said this to him when we got the package. What made you do the porcelain ashtrays?
That was interesting.
You don't see this a lot, and I think it's a great piece of, I guess, swag or promotional material for your brand because it sticks out because not a lot of people use it.
Well, because like you said, most people are doing epoxy or they're doing some wood or something like that.
Yep.
So what I wanted to do was take it back, like I say, back to traditional things. Like when you saw an ashtray, it was a glass ashtray. It was something that took time to make.
Right.
So but I went out looking, working out what I'm trying to find material I can give away or I can sell or whatever, to people who are cigar enthusiasts. And the first thing I saw the porcelain glass tray. I was like, oh, that's it. And that's basically it, man. I just want to stay true.
Like I said, I like that. I like because I have, over the years, I've collected so much swag from so many companies, and it's just obviously, it gets to a point where it's like it's so much.
Yeah.
You have to eventually stop collecting it all, which I do, but I can't help it. Not that I can't help it, because you can't because you may not realize that you might go into a shop and let's just say buy a box of your cigars or Drew Estate cigars. It's like, oh, wait a second, here's an ashtray to go with it.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do with this? I can't tell you how many in boxes, and like I have one here. We actually brought yours out to kind of display and show and use. Like United, we're having United on in March. They sent me a big, like, United Cigar Guy porcelain ashtray. Like, I think it's great because I've never had something like that before.
Right.
But it's in the shape of a person, like his feet are the rest for your two cigars.
Oh, nice.
And the smoke comes out and up through the mouth. So it's like you said, it's that even though it's it's in the design of a person with their logo. It's still that, like you said, it brings it back to that, original, like porcelain classic cigar smoking kind of deal. But it's like you don't see that very often because, like you said, a lot of people are using the epoxy, or they're using a hard plastic, or I have a few different ashtrays lying around. The only ones I've gotten porcelain from are United. Over the years, I think it was Villiger and maybe McCalla for the only ones that I've really gotten porcelain ashtrays from.
And those other ashtrays are very good, very good product. People like them. That's people like them. I got a good buddy of mine. I think it's Gates Designs, and he makes all of that stuff. Same ashtray epoxies. He takes wood. His specialty. He takes wood and make tables and trays and all kinds of stuff. It's pretty dope.
A lot of those wood ashtrays are beautiful too if they're done properly. Oh,
yes,
they're beautiful. If you have a chance to get your hands on any, or if somebody makes any or whatever and they're on sale, whoever's ashtray it is, doesn't matter company name, if it's custom and it's done right, just like I tell everybody, if it's supporting somebody who's making accessories for what you like to do and it's beautiful, why not buy it?
Absolutely.
If you can, obviously, if you can afford it.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, he's making me a big tray now. I can't wait to get it.
There you go. See? There you go.
So now, do you get all your cigars and hold them in your house in your humidor, or how does that work?
So I get them two ways. I'm at any given point, I got anywhere between at home in my humidor, anywhere between 50 and 350 cigars. It just depends on what time it is. And they'll sit in my humidor. So when I get them, like I order upon, when I need, because it's up and down. Like January, December. I think December I probably sold about 250 cigars.
Wow.
Right. But January I probably sold about 50 cigars. So it's just 50.
Wow.
So it just depends on the need, and if I'm doing any events as well. So when I'm doing, I'll go through. Shoot, if I'm doing an event, I probably go through 400, 500 cigars in a month.
Okay.
And I also think, the weather has a lot to do with that too. Because in like November, December, even though it was cold, you could still sit outside and have a cigar.
Right.
As long as you put a heater on. Now it's getting to the point where it's too cold to sit outside.
Right. Yeah.
Like if we didn't have this back room, we wouldn't be smoking today.
As you see, I'm not smoking because I'm not going outside. It's a little chilly.
because it is cold. If we didn't have this back room, like where we used to live, we used to record over the summer. 3, 4, 5 days a week to have enough content to drop for the whole winter, so we didn't have to open the doors and smoke if it was too cold.
Yeah, that's
because we didn't have a room like this. We were in an apartment. We had a dining room that used to be my sister. That was a dining room. Then it was my sister's playroom. And now it was just kind of where we sat to smoke cigars.
Right. Now it's just an apartment.
So now, came wintertime, the only place we could smoke was on the back porch, but we had to we had tarps and everything up across the back porch trying to keep the wind out. And heaters and everything, but it got to the point where it didn't even work.
Right.
And we would smoke inside. We'd leave the back door cracked to the back porch.
Right.
And that's how we would smoke in the wintertime. But, to do shows during the winter like that was kind of crazy because it would still be so cold no matter what. So people are like, oh, in the summertime, we don't see you guys at a lot of events or lounges or here. We're like, yeah, because, our summertime is when we were kind of grinding out all of our interviews, 2 or 3 a day just to get enough content to be able to push out for like December, January, maybe February, depending on the weather.
Or if we don't want to do something one week, we have a thing we just
Right.
put it
And
up.
then if something comes up, obviously then you have the interviews in the bank that you can, drop and replace what you were supposed to do that day. But I think
Makes
a lot
sense.
of people have said, like you said yourself, come January, maybe even February, depending on the weather, cigar sales dip off for the consumers, not for the retailers.
Right.
Because everybody's going to a cigar lounge because it's indoors.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have a place like we have where we're able to smoke inside, then it's, guys like us are still ordering cigars because who wants to go out in the cold to go drive to a cigar lounge? It's like it depends on your situation. I think is per person it goes by person, because you might have 10 guys in one area that have a spot like this that they can smoke in, so they're ordering cigars. So there's 10, there's 10 sales right there, but then you have 20 guys that are going to the retail locations and they're buying out the stock there, and now you're getting 20 reorders to those locations.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I think that's got a lot to do with it too. I think that's got an awful lot to do with it.
Yeah, it does, because I know it's tough, and then like I said, we were talking about lounge spaces. Man, it is hard to find a lounge space with good ventilation, and and then the ones that do have the good ventilation, everything in there is expensive as hell. So it's hard to go find a spot, man.
It is, especially to do it right with the ventilation wise. Like we belong to a lounge, which we have to rejoin. The ventilation was okay. It wasn't the greatest, but it was a lounge. It was a place to smoke. It was one of those, like you said, everybody knew everybody. Yes, it was a members only lounge, but it was one of those like you said, everyone knows everyone. Everybody gets along. You can laugh. You can joke. Nobody takes anything to heart. Shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
So then the other day we got the messages that they upgraded the ventilation system.
Oh, nice.
So I don't know, because they used to have I call them the big boxes on the ceiling.
Yeah.
They had like 3 or 4 of those, but you get an event going and there's, 30, 40, 50, 60 people inside. You can't breathe. Your eyes are watering. Your eyes are burning. You're standing outside in the cold because you can't see.
You used to go outside in the cold and go, I gotta go outside.
I'm like, I'm going outside. They're like, it's cold. I'm like, yeah, I really don't care. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, my eyes are burning. I said, if my eyes are burning, there's a problem.
The best places are the ones that have that can recycle the air, that can get all the air. Fans, I forget what they call them. They suck the wind out. They suck the air out. Those are the best ones. And I don't think they're not as expensive as people think they are. Because if you can get the air out, to keep the boxes, but then get the air out and recycle that, that's when you have
Yep, it pulls the smoke out of the air, like you said, and pulls the smoke in and puts the air out the other side.
Yep, and brings new air in. Yep.
No, again, it's one of those. It's a very, if you're gonna do a lounge, you got to have the capital to do it.
Yeah.
So tell us what made you start smoking and doing your own cigars?
Let's see. I started smoking a cigar as a trend. Some of my buddies was doing it. I said, let me try it. Right. And again, I'm not a everyday smoker. I'll smoke a cigar once a week. I said, it's kind of like that. For me, it's kind of like the relax of the week. I had a great week or I had a bad week. Let me sit back, relax, think, meditate. And when I started smoking, that I found that's what it helped me to do. It helped me to relax. It helped me to, and I'm not sure if part of it was a cigar. The other part was I'm giving myself the okay to sit down. And
Right.
that sit down and that cigar is only for me. I don't have to share it. I don't have to share it with my kids or share it with my wife or share it. That is for me. So that what's been so taking that thought is I begin to now you get curious, like why is it so good? How does it work? How do you get this nicotine feel? What's in it? One thing led to another. Like I say, once I found out, like I don't know the exact numbers, but I found out I kind of do know, but I don't want to say. I found out how much money one of the places was making. That's what made me want to open up.
Mhm.
Right. And I said, get the fuck out. Right. Because, being in IT, I've been in corporate America for 30 some odd years. I'm 52 and I've been in corporate America since I was 24, I think. And so I want to do something totally different than what I do every day. And then it just kind of one thing led to the other, sitting thinking while you smoking a cigar, found out how much money was really in the process in this entrepreneurial venture. And then starting that process. And then by nothing happens. I don't think luck, well, there is some pieces of luck, but things are supposed to happen a certain way. And I'm meeting that family from Dominican, American family from Dominican was it just that to me was it's just supposed to happen. It is okay.
It's like the way you explained it, how it happened. It was that's one of those, like you said, it may have not meant to happen then, but it just kind of happened then.
Mm.
And like you said, now you're off to the races.
Off to the races, man. And so it's almost like doing something. I almost sometimes feel bad doing it because I like it. Most things that we do, we don't do them because we have to, from a male perspective.
Right.
But I almost feel bad because I like it. It's like,
So
bam,
now,
go.
what does your wife and kids think about it?
It's interesting. My wife, she'll smoke cigars often. She'll sit down and smoke one with me every so often. My kids see it as an entrepreneurial venture, right? So their eyes is opened up to a whole new different world. Right? So they know me from being corporate America, working, sitting in front of the computer, doing my thing.
Mhm.
But then you get into the entrepreneurial space, it opens up a whole nother I use those same skills, believe it or not.
Bless
It
you.
opens kids' eyes because kids they see things and they mimic them, right? So now
Yeah.
I have a kid who's going in he's one of my kids in college and he's in computer science. But I have another kid who's still at home and he's aware of it. And now he's figuring out how to be an entrepreneur. It snowed. We had record breaking snow. His ass was outside shoveling snow. I'm from Chicago. I know about that. This
Mm-hmm.
in this amount of snow. Him and his buddy, they were out for 2 days shoveling snow. So it from an entrepreneurial space, very positive influence on the chat.
And I can't knock him on the shoveling snow because I used to do that where we used to live. I used to do that all the time.
Yes.
I used to go shovel it out, and I didn't have prices because I used to do it because I did it.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
people would just be like, "Oh, here's 20. Matter of fact, come shovel my other car. I'll give you another 40. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
I'll come shovel your car. Yeah." I
Couldn't
used to
wait for
come home after a couple hours. I used to come home with like $110, 120 bucks,
yeah,
$120. And
yeah,
I shoveled. It's half the time I only shoveled like 3 cars.
yeah.
But it was all older people that would catch me when I was walking outside. Hey, can you shovel my car? Okay, I'll come shovel. Sure. Yeah,
Mhm.
I'll shovel it out. Oh, here's 30. Oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, I got these
Mhm.
2 cars. Can you shovel them out for me? Yeah. Oh, here's 60. Oh, okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Like
Mhm.
I never used to take money. But you get people that they don't let you do it without taking money.
Right. You learn later on that you don't do nothing for free.
Oh God, no, absolutely not. Nope. There's very few things I'll do for free. Very few.
Very few.
Very few. Very few things I'll do for free. But those few things are, like you said, they're things I like to do and I love to
Right.
do.
Right.
So it's like oh, you want to pay me to come do this or come do that? Oh, okay, yeah, absolutely, no problem. Or you want my help doing this? Okay, listen, hey, just pay my hotel room. We don't have to pay. Nope, you don't have to pay me to do it. I will do it. No problem, no questions asked. You put me up, I'll come do it. Not a problem. I'll help you. You wanna pay for me to get down there? Okay, cool. Not a problem. I'm on my way.
Yeah,
But it's like you said, it's those things you like to do that you sometimes you'll do for free, depending on what it is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
there you go.
This cigar is fantastic.
Cigars.
So now, I know you said you're out of Dominican. It's everything in here Dominican tobacco? Do they get tobacco from other countries?
The cigar is about 90%, 95% Dominican. There is some Nicaraguan wrapper. No, but
Okay.
most of it is a fully Dominican cigar.
Now, have you considered, maybe for another cigar playing around with Nicaraguan tobacco?
Yep.
To give you
Yep.
more of that punch, like that everybody has, that Dominican tobacco has that, that punch right when you light it up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, like I said, that's the great thing about like these conversations, and not just you and I, but just conversations with others, kind of start to figure out what people like, what people don't, the smoker, what type of cigar, so then you start experimenting. So that's next on the agenda for this shit, kind of experimenting with some different blends and different leaves from different places.
Okay.
When we get the warmer weather, we could sit outside and in a tent and nice.
You don't even need a tent now.
I'm not saying now. I said when we get the warmer weather.
Even when it's nice, you probably still won't need a tent because there's trees back there to cover most of the shade.
We'll figure it out.
Remember, it's not as because we used to sit in our front yard,
right,
in the old place. Now we have a backyard that's got a lot of trees.
Okay.
So it's like, are we even going to really need the tent come summertime? You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Are we going to need it? Is it going to be something that we're going to need? Whatever. We'll see. But I definitely am looking forward to seeing what else you're going to be putting out, because these are
slamming cigars.
These are good. Like I said, I smoked the Corojo and the San Andreas.
I'm really glad you like them. But what you're saying is a very, very similar statement that I get. They're surprisingly good cigars.
And I like when we have the smaller brands like yourself on, and their cigars are, phenomenal. Even if, it's only the first however many runs you've done, having this quality already shows that not only do you care, but the factory cares.
Mm-hmm.
That you're dealing with. They care about their own quality as well.
And who's the factory again?
They're a company out of Dominican Republic. The family is Madre Tierra.
Oh.
Yep.
I know that. He's coming on the show too.
Yep.
Yeah. I thought that design looked awfully familiar.
Yep.
I think I said that to him too. I said this. I was like, this kind of looks almost like this almost looks like a Madre Tierra band.
Yep.
No, he's another one. Phenomenal cigars.
When I say I'm not gonna reinvent the wheel. We're not gonna spend days.
No, and I mean, you've spoke to him. He knows. Great guy and very knowledgeable when it comes to cigars.
Yes.
He does a cigar for a wrestler, and
he does.
He's supposed to be coming on, but I'm waiting for him to get.
Yeah, he does one of the cigars for a wrestler. He goes, yeah, he liked this one so much that we decided to put his band on it and put his picture on the box. I said, oh, okay. I said, cool. And then he showed us on Instagram one day. He goes, oh yeah. So anyway, here's the inside of my house. I said, all right, cool. I said, I'm coming to your house. I'm going to sleep over. I said, just leave me right in there. I said, when you wake up, getting, a couple bundles here and there every night. Listen, it disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what happened to it. I swear I didn't do it.
No, they're a great family, man, and they do
They are.
they do a spot on job at what they're doing. Matter of fact, I'm scheduled to go down there. I think I'm gonna go in April. Go
Okay.
down to the. But
So now, have they told you about TPA?
Yes,
Have you joined?
I am working on that now. We just had that conversation last week, I believe.
Yeah, because you got PCA, which is the big convention, and then TPA is run by
Ruth,
Dr. Oscar of GTO, and Kathy from Cigar Box Marketing. It's like what it is, and it's smart because it connects guys like you to the consumers, to the media, to the retailers, to factory owners. It basically connects everybody to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
And we joined it as media, and it's definitely helped us a lot because we've learned a lot of things from their herfs. And being able to meet some of these people that own their own brands and own factories, it's kind of interesting. But PCA is the big one in New Orleans.
Yeah,
right.
From what I heard, they're a lot harder to get into. I don't know though. I haven't tried yet.
Well, I'm going down there this year.
There you go.
Get to find out what it's all about.
Hey, listen, that's the only way you're gonna know if it's something you want to do as a brand.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, I've heard it works, but you also have to be able to maintain the capacity of your orders if people like them.
Right.
That's the other thing is, if you got shops ordering 30, 40 boxes each one, and you got, 10, 15 shops, that's 3,800 boxes or something like that.
I'm looking forward to that, to them days, having those problems.
Well, you got to look forward to retiring too, my friend.
Yeah, exactly.
See, I'm retired. I can't do much right now because I told you I had a heart attack.
Oh man, hey, every day is the right day.
Mm-hmm.
Correctamundo.
Yeah. It was so interesting. I was having those conversations. I have those conversations a lot of I got more days behind me than I do ahead of me. So today, let's get it done.
Yep.
That's how it's got to be.
Mm-hmm.
You got to take it day by day and just live day by day.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, we're going to take a break. We appreciate you coming on, my brother.
Sir.
Thank you for everything.
Absolutely. Hopefully I'll be hearing from you guys.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll hear from me again. Trust me.
You'll definitely be hearing from us again. Absolutely.
On that note, my brother, listen, you have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend with your family. And thanks for jumping on.
Thanks, guys. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Well, guys, there you have it. That was our interview with Roberto James Cigars, which if you smoked Madre Tierra cigars, you already know kind of the quality coming out of that factory.
Correct.
And the product coming out of that factory. He'll be on the show soon as well, working that out with him. I think on that note, that's pretty much it we got.
That's it, guys. So on that note, take care of yourselves and always stay smoky, players.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band spreading strength, resilience, and mental health awareness, one shirt at a time.
And check this out. Their brand new shirts feature broadcast beaker right on the breast pocket. A reminder that you can weather the storm, and you're never alone.
Shirts are only $25, and proceeds support giving veterans a voice. MBR's mission to teach veterans how to podcast and videocast. Because when our vets are talking, they're not overthinking. They're not second-guessing. Together, we stop the 22 stigma. Grab your shirt today at mbradio.us and hit the shop. Or go directly to toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband. That's toramerch.printavo.com/merch/die-tired-band.
Suit up, stand strong.
Remember, we're unduckable together.
You're built tougher than the storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.